Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
That's what I'm talking about today. All of our guests, including Ross Tucker, standing by, are brought to you by the Alberni Power and Marine RPM Group, located in Port Alberni. Alberni Power and Marine is one of Vancouver Island's most trusted boat dealerships, the largest Mercury Marine dealership in Canada. Their service team just won for the fourth straight year a CSI score above the national average. You're always impressed by that, Rick.
So good.
Make your appointment today for the 2023 boating season at albernipowermarine.com as we bring in from the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, Westwood One, and CBS Sports. He's everywhere. Ross Tucker, how are you, sir?
How you guys doing?
Gosh, that looks good. That looks
Looking good.
And Ross, let's get this straight, just so you know. We call that a toque up here.
That's a toque.
Okay?
Yeah, how do you spell it again?
Ask Rick.
Toque. Boom.
Toque. Okay. So Tuck is wearing a toque right now.
Yes, very
And
good.
I just showered, and I just did my hair. So that shows you how much I'm willing to sacrifice for these 15 minutes. I'm messing up my hair just for you, just to show my appreciation for British Columbia in general, Vancouver in particular, and even more in particular, the best CSI score of any Power and Marine store in the galaxy.
Alberni Power Marine. Yes. Beautiful.
Right.
Beautiful. What do they call toques down there? Is it knit cap? Is it beanie? What do you go with?
Cap, beanie, hat. I don't know.
Toque is way cooler. It's just a cool word.
It is. I would agree with that. I would agree. I think toque is cooler. Now I don't know how you get toque from TOQUE. Maybe
Google
toque.
that. Yeah.
Maybe toque like Rick toking the reefer. Maybe toque, but not toque.
Yeah.
It's been a while since that happened, Ross.
We know what toque is. We know what toque is. You do know what city we broadcast from, don't you, Russ?
Yeah. I do. I'm aware, yes.
Yeah, there's a history
That's
there.
why I said it, see?
Yeah.
I'm like a geography genius, really.
Yeah. Well, we know that. Next week, we'll focus on geography. Hey, this just came down. Davante Adams charged with misdemeanor assault for shoving that photographer to the ground in Kansas City. Where do you stand on that, Russ?
Oh, geez. Well, a couple things. Number one, Davante absolutely should not have done what he did. Mm-hmm. Okay. Number two, that cameraman's not supposed to walk by there at that time. I mean, I've been on the sideline a lot. First, I was a player, but I've been on the sideline a lot for radio. Until all the players are off the field, that tunnel is protected and blocked. So that exact situation doesn't happen. So shame on Davante for doing that. Shame on the cameraman, because I saw an angle where he just walked right in front of Davante.
Yeah.
Like Davante's walking and the guy just walks right in front of him like he's not even paying attention. And shame on the Kansas City's security for even allowing that to happen. You do this some other places, no chance. They have ropes and it's blocked off. So it's not all on Davante Adams. I'm not surprised that this assault charges come down, because that's just setting the charge for a lawsuit, which is what this guy's going to do, because that's the way America is. Is that the way Canada is too? Are you guys the same way where anytime you can sue, you're gonna?
We're protected by toques up here. So there's very few head injuries. So there's that. I don't think it's like that up here. I could be wrong. I don't know the stats, but my guess would be no, not as much.
United States is clearly an overly litigious society. One of the biggest negatives of the country, I think, is fair to say.
I'm glad you used that word. I knew it. I just didn't want to pronounce it. You did a fabulous
litigious
job. Yeah.
How do you spell that?
Rick, litigious is Litigious. What does it mean, Rick?
I have no idea, because I've never used that word in my life, Ross. There's no need to. Because the guys I hang around with, very simple guys. They don't use words like that, Ross.
Yeah.
Well, plus, what are you going to get sued for? Everything's legal up there anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Choking the reefer with your toque on.
Yeah, most guys I hang around with, Ross, are not the sharpest tools in the shed to begin with.
Including us. Hey,
Well, what's the expression about the company you keep is a reflection on you or something like that? That makes sense for you,
Yeah,
Rick.
exactly.
no, he knows. He knows. Hey, any defending the Grady Jarrett roughing the passer call versus Tom Brady? I know you had some things to say from an officiating point of view.
Yeah, so listen, I mean, I talked about this a couple times this week on the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, which everyone should consume 30 minutes or less every day. And here's what I'll tell you. The refs have been taught, when in doubt, throw the flag when it comes to player safety in general, quarterbacks in particular. So pretend you're Jerome Boger, and it looks like Brady's down or in the grasp or almost down, and you feel like Grady Jarrett slings him over. Your antenna's already up because of the instructions you've been given. I think probably magnified. Maybe they got an extra memo after what happened to Tua Tagovailoa 2 games in a row. And with that standard in mind, I'm not sure a lot of us wouldn't throw the flag there. With the standard in mind, when in doubt, throw the flag, and you see him get slung over, that's how it happens. Now, remember, those guys have one shot at it, and things are happening very fast. We watch it 5 to 10 times on slow motion. So to me, to correct the issue, because it should not have been a penalty, is you either tell the officials, forget what we said about when in doubt, throw the flag. Forget that. Or you allow there to be a situation where you can actually overturn that or review that or challenge that, because it affected the game, and I don't think anybody watching it a second or third time thought it should be a penalty.
Ross, Washington coach Ron Rivera says his quarterback is the reason they are 1-4. Carson Wentz, he's not happy. What are your feelings when a coach calls out a player publicly like that?
Terrible. Awful. Yeah. I'll give Ron some credit. He offered a mea culpa yesterday. He apologized, said he said the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But he still said it.
Yeah.
And he still meant it. You know, he's coming out now and saying, I just meant that he hasn't been in the system as long as those other quarterbacks. Really? Because Daniel Jones is his first year with a new coach.
Yeah.
And Cooper Rush is starting for the Cowboys. So really? I think he was trying to pass the buck, pass the responsibility. It's year 3. NFL head coaches that don't win in year 3 get fired. Washington's not winning. Ron Rivera knows what that means. It felt like him absolving himself of responsibility, which is, listen, man, it's the same reason why Matt Rule got fired in Carolina. Ron Rivera runs the organization. Ron Rivera has final say. The quarterback additions have been his. Didn't work out with Fitzpatrick last year with the injury, not working out with Carson Wentz. You can't really go somewhere without making sure you have a path to get a good quarterback, because if you don't, you'll find yourself in Rule and Rivera territory, which is probably getting fired. And Rule definitely did. Rivera probably sooner rather than later.
Ross, 2 fans jumped on the field last weekend. As a player, how annoying is that? And second of all, would a Ross Tucker today on the sideline this weekend, would you have nailed that fan?
I think it's really bad. And I saw where the guy that ran on the field in the Rams stadium, that he says he's got all these injuries, went to the hospital.
Yeah.
Now he's filing a police report against Bobby Wagner. The whole thing really leaves a bad taste in my mouth. If you're Bobby Wagner, how do you know how do you know what's in that guy's hand?
Yeah, right there.
Exactly.
How do you know what's in that smoke like that?
Yeah.
Now maybe Bobby Wagner didn't have to hit him that hard.
Yeah.
But what do you think is going to happen? Like, I'll be really mad if something bad happens to Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think is going to happen when you run in an arena like that? Like, I honestly think a case could be made that every 5 to 10 years, it's good if something like that happens, just so fans remember where their place is. And their place is in the stands.
Yeah.
Okay? These are real human beings, but they're also really strong and really fast. And I don't think Bobby Wagner felt threatened. But if he did, look out.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what I would have been very tempted. You're in a heated situation there, and you see this guy running around. I love what Bobby Wagner did. I really do. And I think it's a darn shame if he ends up getting in trouble or getting sued or whatever.
Yeah. Two words in that situation, Ross. Monica and Celis. I don't know if you know what I'm referring to. Yeah.
Yes. Good point. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think, and that guy's not supposed to be down there, so I don't think he has a very good case. The cameraman might have a better case. The whole thing's pathetic. Yeah. It really is. Like, the whole thing is, to go back to what we said, one of the worst things about America. This guy's calling attention to himself, running around the field, gets knocked down by a player. Now he wants to sue or whatever. It's disgusting.
Yeah, and the organization he was representing, Ross, they deep down probably love this because it extends.
What was he doing?
I thought somebody said
it was a gender reveal.
It had no. It was something to do. There was something to do with a pig farm.
It was a protest.
It was a protest of some kind, and I don't have my facts right here, but. I think we all agree it didn't go about it the right way. Hey, Dallas at Philadelphia Sunday night. 4-1 versus 5-0. We're talking about this coming Sunday night. What do you make of Cooper Rush's success, and what do the Cowboys do going forward at the quarterback position?
Well, it looks like it's going to be Cooper Rush again this week, and I think they realize with this current iteration, good word again, look it up, Rick. With this current iteration of the Cowboys, this is how they should win. They don't have great receivers. They have a pretty good O-line that's playing well. Their defense is awesome. So run the ball, run the clock, control the ball, play defense, don't make big mistakes. I don't think Dak's in danger of losing his job, but hopefully he's learned a little something about what he's seen from Cooper Rush, which is that you can win games as long as you don't make critical errors. You don't have to be the hero.
Which biker bar would you recommend in Philadelphia, by the way? This is a good look you got going.
Oh,
I'm not a biker, and I don't actually know the bars that well in Philadelphia. I just wear this because Ryan Henderson said to me, although I'm kind of mad at Ryan, I have not once heard like the hee cackle this entire episode, this entire segment, which is, I live for that. I live for the Ryan, like this whole segment. By the way, you know what else is going on? I'm not getting nearly as many tweets from your awesome listeners as I did last year at Ross Tucker NFL. They only tweet me if I really eviscerate Rick, but
that's it.
Rick's been pretty good this year. Rick's been going out of his way to kind of stay out of the firing line.
Yeah. I got a lot of people that hate me, Ross. But I got a lot of love too in this city, the beautiful city, best city in the world.
What color is that shirt, Rick?
It's like my look at this highlighter. It's the same thing as the highlighter. See that?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, you don't like it? It's neon. It's neon.
Yeah, no, neon's not your look. Try to listen to Donnie. Listen to Donnie for some fashion advice.
Dark blue and black. All right, Ross, thanks for this. Appreciate it.
See you, dudes.
You bet. Ross Tucker Football Podcast, CBS Sports, Westwood One, litigious, prone to engage in lawsuits. That's the definition.
Oh, of litigious.
I had to look it up.
Oh, yeah,
I had to look it up.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to our thanks to Ross. We're going to update the poll question next. Donnie and Dolly, the team, on check.
Donnie and Dolly, the team is supported by AbleAuctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.